Starting a new life in a new country. This might sound very exciting. However, there are a lot of things that you need to consider before moving to a country where you have limited knowledge about. There are many foreigners moving to Turkey each year for several reasons. No matter if you are a student or planning to come here because you want to work here, I'm sure that you have a lot of things in your mind and questions about where to live, how to get by, understanding the Turkish culture, or even learning the language. So let's imagine you want to move abroad and you decide to study in Turkey, but you do not know any Turkish words yet except for Mengapa. I think this must be quite challenging, so let's ask JJ.
What's up? Hi.
Hey JJ, Merhaba, welcome.
Merhaba.
Tell me about your story. Why did you decide to move to Turkey?
I was in Kenya. I had just finished my high school education and I was looking for where to go next. And I got a chance to apply for a scholarship that was being given by the government of Turkey. And when I applied, I got the acceptance, so I came to Turkey to study.
So how was your experience as an international student in a public university?
My experience was generally great because of the friends I made. And I think that is something that will be very evident if anybody wants to come here and study. I was getting a lot of attention for being the only black guy from friends, so it was great. Everybody was trying to make sure I was okay. You need something, because there's that feeling of you're a foreigner, you don't know everything around here, you need help. So everybody was helpful towards me, so that was a great experience.
Do you have any advice for people who want to move to Turkey and just start studying here?
My biggest advice would be start learning the language even before you come. And another thing is the Turkish public in general, they're very helpful. Anytime you're lost somewhere, you just need to know where you're going, you show them and they will take you there. So learn the language. That is the best thing you can do to yourself.
How is the public education here in Turkey?
If you look at Turkey's public education, you'll find that actually the best universities are public universities, like Boğaziçi University, Istanbul Technic University, Middle East Technic University. So there are many private schools that foreign students might want to join, but they can also consider these public universities, which are equally good, if not better. Yeah.
There are many reasons people decide to move to another country. One of them is to get a chance to observe the country in its own culture. When it comes to Istanbul, with much passion and joy, living in Istanbul puts you at the heart of vibrant diversity. There is no city in the world standing up on two continents, Europe and Asia. Turkey has so much to offer, and especially when it comes to cultural differences, I'm learning a lot every single day. My friend Louis is from the US. He moved here 5 years ago and he is a musician.
Hello.
Hi, nice to meet
Francisca,
you.
How are you? I'm going to give you a fist bump because of the coronavirus, or else I would give you a hug.
Thank you. So, Louis, tell me about yourself. Why did you decide to move to Turkey?
I'm partly Turkish, so I basically came back to my second home. And it's been 5 years since I've been here. You know, I love it here. I love the culture, and I can say I'm a citizen that's kind of stuck between two cultures, the American and Turkish culture.
Louis, what are some difficulties that you experienced while living in Turkey?
I left Turkey when I was 16, 17 years old, went back to America, so it was maybe the third time that I moved back and forth, okay? So getting used to the American culture and being half Turkish, then coming back here, moving back here, it was a different experience for me. But of course the traditional culture, you're always used to it. Like the holidays, the food, the music, people, language, these are always constant things. But of course life in every city, the new culture I could say, that it changes, you know, like the places. So that was hard for me.
Louis, do you think it's easy for newcomers to adapt to the Turkish lifestyle?
Well, that's an interesting question because we're in front of St. Francis Church right now. So this was actually a Christian-based land before. And then the Ottoman Empire came and a variety of cultures actually formed here. So as I said, it's a melting pot. you know. But for foreigners, for now, there are a lot of different student groups, there are a lot of activity groups for people from different countries, and Turkish people love different cultures, you know. So I think it's an easy way in for foreigners to come into Turkey and adapt to here.
Do you have any advice for people who are just new to Turkey?
Well, my advice is that, you know, when you say culture, food comes to mind, history comes to mind, people comes to mind. So they should definitely try the cuisine, the Turkish cuisine. It's amazing, and it's a very vast cuisine, you know, for every part of Turkey. So they should be easygoing, and they shouldn't worry about communicating with anyone. That's my advice.
One of the first priorities when moving abroad is, of course, finding a job. How difficult is that as a foreigner here in Turkey? I'm with my workmate Ahmed, who's going to tell us about his experience.
What's up?
What's up?
How you doing?
So Ahmed,
Yeah.
tell me about it. Is it difficult for a foreigner to find a job here in Turkey?
For me, I was very lucky. I was in London working in a charity as a communications officer, and I happened to bump into TRT World that actually interviewed me. And so, you know, very easily, very normally, traditionally, meritocratically, I sent in a CV, and then I got interviewed 3 times, and about 2.5 years later they replied, and I was here. I don't want to be as well like, you know, people get the wrong idea that everything, you know, you come work abroad, everything is jolly. I think there's an important word that we say in Arabic, it's called ghurba. Now, ghurba is just the expression of what it is to live outside of your home. And, you know, make a living outside of your home. And I think that comes with immense challenges, like the loss of family, the lack of having touch with family, especially during a time of pandemic like that. Friends, the ability to have real friends. I'm not talking about like hi-bye, you know, small talk friends. I'm talking about real friends to do with real things. Obviously, when you sort of get uprooted from your normal environment, from your school, from your neighborhood and so on, all that changes. You can't take that for granted. And it doesn't matter really if you're in Turkey or wherever you are in the world. That is the ghurba, that is the feeling of being somewhere and not actually having these basic I would say human necessities of like friendship, family, etc.
So can you tell us a little bit about the work conditions here in Turkey? How about health insurance and holidays?
I'm speaking from my experience because I mean it's hard for me to represent everybody who's here working, whether that's the local population or the people coming from abroad and so on. But in my experience, it's been amazing in terms of work. In terms of, you know, my health insurance, in terms of my life, in terms of affordability of living in the city in Istanbul, in terms of also communicating with whether that's my colleagues that come from quite a lot of different places around the world, and mixed with sort of like diaspora kids as myself who are sort of half from one place, half from another place and so on. So it's been an easy work experience in that sense.
Thanks so much, Ahmed.
No problem, fam. Thank you.
One of the main things that Turkey is famous for is the food, because the Turkish cuisine is one of the best ones in the world. Michele and Gabriela are sharing their passion for food together on their YouTube channel, and I'm getting really hungry. Alright, nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
So what are we cooking today?
Now we will cook tiramisu, one of the most famous desserts of Italy.
So guys, tell me a little bit about yourself.
I am Michele. Actually, we were born in Istanbul as a family. We are a crowded Italian family. We are 7 in total as siblings.
Wow.
So we are from Italy, from Venice, but our family arrived here years, centuries ago.
So Gabriela, what do you like more? I know you love cooking Italian food, but also Turkish food. What do you prefer to eat?
Oh, of course kebab.
Ah, good answer.
Turkish traditional food, kebab. But also maybe Iskender. I like them too much.
Nice, I also love it so much.
I love mantı. So döner, mantı and Iskender. Iskender, a family of döner. Maybe kuzu lamb,
Oh yeah.
kuzu pirzola.
So is there some Italian food that you cannot find here in Turkey and that you really miss a lot?
I really miss Italian pizza. As you can understand, it's not same thing. I really miss it.
And also seafoods in Italy are somehow different from Turkey because they have a bit more elevated culture on seafood, so the options are too open.
Torna il sole sopra la città e tutto brilla come il mare. Il vento caldo dice amore, 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 amore.
This is the final product that we created today. an Italian dish called tiramisu. And I guess it's now time to try it.
Se tu mi bruci dentro al cuore, in tutti i sogni che farò, insieme a te,
Wow.
il sole.
Well done.
Afiyet olsun! You know, it's not always easy, but every time I'm looking at the Bosphorus, I realize that this place is now my home. All in all, Istanbul welcomes you every time. See you next time.